Yeah. Hi again. And I think a couple of guys have already joined us. So, guys, happy new year and congratulations that you're sitting in this session, which means that you must have scored really good in your CAT or maybe in some other management exams. And this topic of the life after percentile, I'm sure that this topic resonates with most of you quite well because you all have been waiting for a long time, and I'm sure you all have really toiled hard for this, and finally you have reached this place, and now the time has come when you can actually show and you can express your mettle, and you can actually express your intent of joining a B school, and that is exactly what is required in two lines. If I have to summarize what you have to do in an interview, that is exactly what you have to do. You just have to express your intent of joining a B school, and I think that is it. If you can manage to do that, you're through. So without any further ado, let me take this opportunity to explain what the contents of this session are going to be. So I'll be dedicating this session to address all of your concerns. We have our entire team sitting with us online, offline, in person, on the camera, behind the camera, and probably everywhere. And they'll be guiding you on all the queries you have. So while I'm just the speaker, we have our entire Prep Zone team sitting in this session, and including all the mentors who would also be speaking with you in between the session. So some of the queries that you have, you can put it in the comment section. We'll try to address it. And while a few of them, we'll try to park it towards the end. And this session is basically to give you a flavor of what GDPI looks like. So why is it that whenever we say CAT is done, it is just half done? It is a very common phrase. I'm sure you must have heard about it. So what is so much peculiar about GDPR? That is what we are going to see today. And meanwhile, please feel free to share this link with your friends who still can join us, because we are yet to start in the flow that we intended to. Also, feel free to ask any questions you have in the comment section. And as in when we are progressing, if you have anything to ask for any of the slide, just put it in the comment section. And the moment I or maybe anyone from my team see the comment, we'll try to respond to it to the best of our knowledge. So welcome, my dear. So again, I'll say welcome, my dear friends. Sit straight with a pinch of smile on your face. The time has finally come. Now, tell me one thing. Let's try to make this session as interactive as possible so that it tries to benefit each and every one of us. So just tell me one thing, that when we talk about the life after percentile, what is it that truly comes to your mind? I want some answers on this. Is this a good luxury life? Is this an MBA degree? Is this a convocation, girlfriend, college, placements, companies, or what? What is it? You can put it in the comment box. You can try to unmute and speak up. Come on. First thing you have to do to crack any GDPR is to get rid of that shyness. You need to speak. Doesn't matter whether you're speaking sense or you're speaking nonsense. You just need to learn to speak up. Okay, college, good positions, conversion, career of choice, job with good growth. Okay, I'm getting variety of answers here. So yeah, in short, it is basically GDPI. So what stands right after the percentile till whatever is your dream, whatever things you have mentioned in the comment box is the GDPI, right? And hence the next slide is the most important slide, that why GDPI. So let us understand what is so special about GDPI that the B schools are so much interested in. So I'm sure many of you know any competitive exams has two parts to it. One is aptitude and second is personality. And any B school has to get the best judgment of a candidate, and they need to get the best judgment. They want the best candidates, right? And they cannot simply choose the best candidates basis the aptitude कि तुम्हारे quant में या DLR में verbal में number कितने आ गए. So basis that we can get the best candidates. No. So let this sink in, because no matter how brilliant you are in maths and numbers, you're not the perfect fit unless you have a very good personality, and vice versa. If you have a very brilliant personality, you have a very good soft skill, you can talk sense, but you don't have a good score, then also it doesn't make any sense. So in my personal experience, I had a friend Mukesh Goel. So he scored 100 percentile 2 times, but he could not clear the GDPI, and he did not get admit from any of the college. Let it be like, it's not just IIM ABC, but he did not get a convert from any of the top IIMs, and he repeated for 2 3 years, and finally he is currently at FMS. And similarly, I've seen the students in my experience who have cleared their dream B schools with the bare minimum cutoff. So that is what the beauty of this GDPI is, right? So this should at least tell you that what is the significance of GDPI all about. And we are going to see towards the later half of this presentation or the session that what kind of questions do you expect, how do you tackle such sort of questions, and how can we help you. Now, before moving further, let me take a moment that why exactly is PrepZone coming into picture. So now let me talk what about, like, what is in it for you when we talk about the PrepZone GDPI course, and why is it actually called as the flagship course? Is it just a social buzz, or is it actually a flagship course? So when we talk about the GDPI course, I am actually giving you certain mentors who are expert in the field of communication, and you are going to speak to them gradually. And they are so expert that they will exactly tell you the way you have to put forward your point. So everyone has their own point, and everyone has got their own answers to why MBA, tell me something about yourself. But the way you're going to put forward that answer in an interview in a very stressful scenario is what is going to make the most of the difference. So this experience is what the PrepZone is going to give you. And now, while you all can prepare by yourself from so many online sources, Time, IMS, or maybe there are a countless online sources, free sources available. But dear friends, this is a personality test. And unlike aptitude, this needs a monitoring, as there is no right or wrong answer here, right? And you actually need someone who can check you and keep correcting you to extract the better half of yourself. Because everyone has their own answers. It looks very fancy. ठीक है, मुझे MBA करना है because मैंने engineering कर लिया और मुझे management भी करना है ताकि मैं successful leader बन जाऊँ. But guys, when hundreds of students are going to give the same answer, then an interview needs to see a point of differentiation so that he can select you over those 100, and which is exactly what you get here. So this is still for those students who are preparing for CAT 2021, this is a very small announcement that the batch is starting from January 15. I won't spend much time here. This is the CAT 2019 results. By the way, CAT 2020 results, we are still compiling. So far, the highest has been 99.96, then 99.93, I guess, then 99.84. These are the top 3 scores of the enrolled students of PrepZone so far. And this is the slide of your interest. This slide is intentionally put to keep you acclimatized with the students of our last year. And I think we have most of the students here as well. We have Hari Mohan, who is currently at IIM Ahmedabad. He was the last year student. Then Arjun Mehra. I think this is by mistake IIM Indore. He converted IIM Bangalore as well after IIM Indore. Then we have Divyam, IIM Calcutta, Abhishek Panigrahi, IIM Bangalore. And you can see all these profiles. These are just the top profiles. Out of 100 students, we had 90 plus students who converted at least one B school. But of course, one poster is not enough to accommodate everyone. So these are just few randomly selected names. And yeah, this 500 plus converts basically means that we only took 100 students, and out of 100 students, we had 520 converts, which basically means on an average, one student had 5.2 converts. That was breaking our own first year record of 472. So yeah, and this year we are very, very hopeful because the kind of students we have in our batch this year, they are like really amazing. And we really hope that this record of 520% breaks again this year. So yeah, that was about it. And just this slide about the experience. These are not the sentences that I have framed from my own words, but these are the actual experiences, and these are what the students have spoken and given us as a testimonial. That okay, the first thing I've already told. Second is those who had an IFT call last year. So from them, 80% of the students faced almost similar question as they had in the PrepZone mock interviews conducted by Yash sir, Mayuk sir, Prashant sir. And while you'll be speaking to them shortly, as I'm going to introduce the mentors to you. And more than half of the students mentioned that their actual interviews were almost similar to the mock interviews. And why is that? Of course, this is not a rocket science, but what happens here is we give you around 8 to 9 interviews from different panelists. You are going to have an interview with me, with Prashant sir, with Yash sir, with Vishwas, with Shalini, and with so many people around you. And you're going to get so much of diverse experience that by the time you're going to the actual interview, you would just feel that it is just a replica of your mock interview, and you would have you would have encountered every possible scenario in your mock interview by then. Now, the next thing is of your interest, and this is basically the important questions that we help you master and prepare for. While this is just a snippet of, I would say this is just 2% of what the amount of questions that we share with you, but this is just a snippet so that you basically understand. So first is like a very common, why MBA? And I'm sure that many of you would have got this answer till now, but the right way to answer why MBA is most of the students tell कि मैंने engineering किया, वहाँ से I want to be an entrepreneur, so मुझे MBA बनना है, and MBA से मुझे ये फायदा होगा ना. So while there are hundred of ways, but here we are going to tell you that MBA is not really the end goal. MBA should be something that this is, say, your present scenario, this is where you want to be in the near future, and this is MBA. So MBA should actually be just a channel which picks you up from the present scenario and which actually gets you to the future scenario. So this is your short-term and your long-term goal where you want to be in the near future, and MBA is just the means. So you must actually relate ki, okay, basis whatever you have done or basis whatever you stand currently, what is it that you want to be? And in dono mein actually mein delta kitna hai? So what all things that you now currently need to be able to reach to this final destination? And how can an MBA support you to be there? So this is what an interviewer or maybe a panelist looks for. Ki how convincing is your why MBA story? Next, you have questions like this. So let's see this question, why should I reject you? Now just imagine you applied as a student on how you would feel to listen to this question and how do you answer this? You're actually sitting in an interview and the interviewer is asking you, why should I reject you? So you would be in a dilemma that what sort of weakness should I give him so that he rejects me? Whether it is this, because you are going to be in fickle mind that whether this particular answer is actually going to go against me or should I just stay mum and probably I should say no, I don't have any weakness, you should select me. Even those answers are not really great answers. So these are the sample questions that you need to prepare and master. Then why should I select you? I'm sure if I ask most of you, you would just say that seeing my academic score, or maybe my CAT percentile is 99.94, or maybe I have great knowledge, I have great extracurricular, position of responsibility, leadership quality. So you would say all those things, that these are the things why we should select you. But if I have to take an interview, we'll probably ask them, and those interview panelists will keep on coming back to you and they'll keep on bugging you that everyone else has it. 10 students whom I've just interviewed before you, they had higher percentile than you. So why should we select you over them? Because it is basically a relative competition, right? For one seat, you have 7 to maybe 10 good students fighting for it. And all of those 7 to 10 students are of equal potential. Everyone is from IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, BITS Pilani, or maybe 99 percentile, 99.5 percentile. So these are not really the point of differentiation. And this is when the intellect and a very good mentorship, it comes into picture, that how prepared are you for such kind of answers. Then you have questions like why I am Bangalore over I am Calcutta. If you have 2-3 different calls, I am Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, and Bangalore guys might ask you that why would you prefer I am Bangalore over I am Calcutta? And while you may answer ki theek hai, Bangalore ka infrastructure is quite good, ranking wise Bangalore is good, but these are not really very convincing answers. Why? Because these are the answers which 99.5% of the students who are going to go to an interview are going to give. So how are you going to stand out? So maybe one way of tackling this could be you can actually research about the institute. You can talk about the professors, that maybe Leena Chatterjee from IIM Calcutta is a great behavioral science professor, and I really want to be and I'm so impressed by her work that I prefer IIM Calcutta because I want to study from her. This can be a very good answer because I would know as a panelist that yes, you have actually researched upon the campus and you are really, really dedicated about joining us. Or maybe something about some particular course that's like, in the semester 3, when we have an option to choose electives, and Bangalore gives us these opportunities versus IIM Calcutta versus IIM Ahmedabad. So this actually shows your research, which is what is required here, right? Then you have certain questions. IIM Calcutta typically ask you at least one math questions, right? So yeah, before moving further, let me try to narrate you a story. So I would not, so this is a story of my friend. I would not disclose his name to you, but he was also an aspirant preparing for CAT a couple of years ago. And he was actually waitlisted at IIM Ahmedabad. Now, as we know that the wait list does not move a lot. So he, like, back then what used to happen is wait list movement used to take around 1 month or so to get clear. And by then campus would have been already started. So this guy actually got a call from IIM Ahmedabad, and IIM Ahmedabad PGP representatives said that why don't you start the introductory courses with us? Because they said that okay, you are already waitlisted and our campus curriculum is already started, so maybe you wouldn't want to waste the time. So this guy actually got it. IIM Ahmedabad. He started preparing for semesters, and now after a month, please listen carefully. After a month, he actually got a notice that the waitlist of this particular guy was not cleared, and he was asked to leave the campus because waitlist movement did not happen. Now just imagine his plight with just a very limited months left before the CAT and this mental trauma. He actually wrote CAT again, and this guy again fetched 99.72 percentile, and he got an IIM Ahmedabad call again. Now next time when this guy actually went for an interview, in his very introduction, like, the first question was, tell me something about yourself. So in his very introduction, the very first thing that this guy brought was this instance, that's like, this is what has happened to me last year. And the final verdict of his entire interview was a convert. Now, what would have happened here? IIM Ahmedabad guys would have thought that this guy is so adamant to join IIM Ahmedabad. And this is the kind of dedication that we actually want to see in the students. We may not need very perfect students, but what we need is students who, even if they don't know anything, they can actually try for it. They don't want givers. They don't really want givers, like, who can very easily give up on the scenarios, because as a future manager, you're definitely going to get into situations where it will be very difficult for you. So how well can you cope up? This is what is being tested in an interview. Now, as I said that IIM Calcutta has at least one math question. So maybe let me just give you one more example. What happened was last year, there was a student who was from fashion background. So this guy was actually from fashion background. He was not really good at maths, and he got a call from IIM Calcutta, and he was asked the the graph of e to the power minus mod x. So while most of you can, like, very easily draw this graph, it's very simple. But for a guy who was not really from maths background, he did not really know on, like, how to draw this graph. So what he did was he just it took some values, x equals to 0, 1, 2, 0, -1, -2, and he actually derived the value of y, and then he just plotted some points, and then he just draw the graph of it. And so though the graph was not exactly how it should have been, he just draw some simple lines. But what happened was the interview panelists were actually trying to assess on whether he is a quitter or not, because they knew for the fact that this particular guy is not really good with maths, but intentionally they have put this situation or this maths question in front of him so as to judge whether he can quit, or this guy is going to attempt to at least solve the problems which he doesn't know. And this idea, and a major idea of this entire situation was to not fixate on maybe one or two questions that do not go right, but to actually give your best in an interview. And this is what is exactly tested. So again, this was just one story, and as a part of the course, we are going to give you testimonials and probably interview experience of maybe 100+ students of us. So this will give you a real life exposure of how the actual interviews are. Also, I think there's a myth going around. A couple of students have also contacted me asking कि sir मेरा interview सिर्फ 5 मिनट के अंदर खत्म हो गया, मेरा तो definitely नहीं होगा. So let me also tell you that this is a myth that the longer the interview, the higher are the chances of a convert. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होता है. If the panelists want to test you, they can test you in 2 minutes also. If you are so complex or if your answers are not so great, then it might take 1 hour as well. So the duration of an interview does not determine your final verdict. Okay, so this was just some of the sample questions that I had to brought to you, and more exhaustive, detailed list of questions. Everything will be given to you as a part of the course. Now, next slide is of your key interest. This. So this is the GDPI course of PrepZone, which is a very holistic course in itself, and it basically focuses on all of these given areas. And PrepZone helps you with each and every single thing. That is why we basically call it as a flagship program. So let's see what all things will be included, or maybe what all things should you also have an idea of. We will have a live session. Like I personally am going to take your live session on guesstimates. We have Yash Pratap from IIM Bangalore who is going to take your sessions on economics and budget. Then we have already started a current affairs activity. The idea or the plan that we have finalized for you guys is that we will be doing 300 plus topics of current affairs. And you guys, before going to an interview, you would at least have a knowledge of 300 to 400 current affairs topics, along with the facts and numbers on your fingertips. You will have the write-ups, you will have the summaries in your hand. Then we're going to help you with the personality skills, how to handle questions. So how this is done is we basically conduct a lot of rapid fire tests. What the rapid fire test is, so what we do is we basically announce surprise test at some point of the day that, okay, tonight at 9 p.m. we are going to have rapid fire session where we can ask you anything from any topic, be it mythology or maybe history. And these sort of events actually help you prepare for the unexpected scenario. Then yes, a communication skill, you will have a session on maybe how to improve and how to actually express yourself. Then branch wise questions will be given to you, whether you're from electrical, mechanical, computer science, civil, everything. We have some questions PDF with us. These will also be shared with you. Then how do you align your work experience or maybe your graduation experience with YMB? A support for this will be needed. For the students who are from IFT, will help you with the international trade terms, and how do you simplify those trade terms? How can you actually talk about those and their practical application during an interview? Then the first and the foremost thing that you have to do is to know about yourself. So we will help you and will probably guide you with a template that you should know about your city, about your state, about your country, about your language, about your name, etc., etc. Then this is AWT for IIM Ahmedabad, VAT for all the B schools, GDs for the concerned B schools, personal interviews, GE is group exercise, then group interviews for SPGen. We have already had one round of group interviews, then a case discussion for Nasimunji. So this basically tells that you are going to have B school specific preparation as well. Basis what calls do you have? We have a package for you which guides you with those selective preparation models. GDs, PIs, these will be held on video call, on Zoom or maybe Google Hangout. For that, we have a very special model. So what we do is, while other online providers, what they do is they will just give you a topic and maybe they will help you evaluate it. But here we basically go one step further. We will give you a topic. You will get a timeline. Ki, after 2 days, you have to submit your write-up, and this write-up should be handwritten write-up, and this should not be like, copied from Google. So we have 8 to 9 bets in your package, out of which 4 to 5 will be abstract topics, probably those topics जिसका तुमने कभी नाम नहीं सुना होगा. So how do you deal with those kind of topics? And then 4 to 5 topics will be from say a current affairs. So we will give you a topic. You will have a deadline before which you have to submit a handwritten write-up on a Google Drive. This will then be evaluated by your mentor. This mentor will be assigned to you basis your best call. He is going to give you detailed feedback along with the score कि तुम्हारा 10 में से score कितना आया, 7, 8 basis a template. So at PrepZone we basically follow a predefined template कि ये 4-5 parameters पे we basically judge you. ठीक है? and so finally a score will be given to you. Now the next thing that we do is we as a mentor also write on the same topic that we give to you as a VAT assignment, and we will also share that particular write up with you. So this would actually give you an idea कि ठीक है, this is how mentors have written, so you can actually benchmark and improve on your write up. So that is all about the VAT. Then we have past interview experiences of all the students that would be shared. We have Prashant sir with us, who is going to tell you a story about IITs, IIMs, how IIMs were formed, why IIM Ahmedabad is actually called as WIMP, what is the history behind it, how many IITs were there, what was the need of increasing the number of IITs or IIMs. So all of it will be given to you. Then we have Yash sir, he's going to take a session on government schemes, then reading material. And one thing is, one question that had come up, that will you only have access to the mentor that is assigned to you? So the answer is no. If you are a GDPI advanced student, you will have access to all the mentors of the group. You can reach out to any of us, and your mentor will help you with the SOP. You will have sessions on history, politics, burning affairs, financial terms. We are going to give you a detailed question bank on personals, graduation, mathematics, and that's all. So in short, you can see that it basically covers everything, right? From history to physics to mythology to economics to finance to whatnot. So everything is included as a part of this package. Now, the next big thing is, let me just give you a walkthrough of the last year. So I think there are some guys who have put some markers on the slider, but yeah, I hope this is visible. So this was a session conducted last year. You can see this VAT PI 2020 group, and this is how the live sessions will be there. This was the session on how GDs are to be taken. This was a live session from IIM Bangalore, and he is one of our primary mentor. And yeah, so this is how the sessions will be held. You can see comments of all the students, and this is how it was dealt. Then this is just a snippet. This was a session on government scheme. Then this was a post on basics of economics. Then this was human development index. And you can ask last year students that probably most of the students were asked about this human development index in their interview. And most of the guys, because they were a part of this group, they knew this entire flow chart, and they were like very quick, and they were very descriptive in actually explaining different dimensions and the indicators of human development index. So this is just a snippet of the last year. This year we have extended the program. We have many more things for you. And now comes the slide of your interest. This is the profile of all the mentors. And now I would request everyone to maybe come up and just introduce themselves and give some examples and maybe share their experiences on how they should probably deal with the interview. So yeah, this is me, Shubham. I'm Calcutta graduate. I graduated in 2018. I've been mentoring students from 4 to 5 years. Over to you, Prashant.
Shubham, can you go to that conversion slide where we have mentioned the B school? Finally, they have joined.
Sure, I'll do that. This, right?
Yeah. So coming to this slide, so this slide is like, I know every one of them personally. So if you can, so Arjun is already here, so you can talk to them. So Arjun and Ian talking on regular basis. So even after they have joined B school, so I know what they are doing and how they are doing there. Even I know that when is their end term and midterm. So this is the relationship that you are going to build with PrepZone. And last year we had this very specific demand of IFT. So like in PrepZone, we had offered this course specific to IFT, and I think no other coaching or any other like TimeCL, no one has this pack of like only specific to SPJAN or specific to IFT calls conversion was not there. So like if I take example of Ansika, so Ansika was not getting any other call except SPJAN. Finally, he got call from IIM Shillong, but she was so demotivated once she got the call from only SPJAN. So like this, if you are getting calls, then this is the best place for you. As you can see, this Arundhati is there, like Namita was just clearing the cutoff, like she was just at the edge of the IFT cutoff, but finally she got converted to IFT Delhi, not even in the wait list. She just directly converted to IFT Delhi,
Exactly. So I think
and no
Namita
other
was
interview she gave after.
the yeah, Prashant. So I think Namita was the last person, right, to join IFT Delhi, but because she had such a low CAT score and IFT score, but then still her GDPI was like fabulous, and that is why she managed to bag IFT Delhi convert.
Yeah. So if you are getting only like SPJN call, like we already mentioned that if you are getting only SPJN call and not expecting any other B school call, then this is the place you can. We have already conducted one mock GI, so you can join us as soon as possible so that you not miss. Even we have planned for one GI for today also, but because of this session, we haven't took that. And apart from this, you will be getting almost uh, exposure of almost all the B schools, what exactly happened there, even what subjects to take. Even we help in that also. And Shubham will be there. Like if he is there, then you can be mastering on stats and mathematics part too. So not only in IIM Calcutta, if you go to even IIM Kozhikode or IIM Indore, there will be some 11th, 12th basic mathematics questions and limits question. So even we had group of mathematics preparation last year. So that will be the USP of this course. And if you are going for an interview, so you can expect anything and everything coming from any areas.
True. I
So
think
if you are a fresher, then
Arjun probably had that question on defining limit. Arjun, right? It was something that defined E. That how do you define E? And it was probably limit of n to the power infinity, somewhat of that form that we discussed. True. So I think Prashant, we can move ahead and maybe other mentors can also introduce themselves. Shalini, if you are there, maybe I would request you to introduce yourself.
yeah, Shubham, there was one issue that few people were not able to join because we have the constraint of only 99 people can join.
Okay,
That's why even I got message from lot of people that we are not able to join because of that constraint. So
okay.
they have left.
No, no problem with that. I think then,
Jay, I think Jay is here.
Yeah,
yes,
hello. Am I audible?
yeah. Yeah, Jay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So before even introducing myself, I was just going through the comments and people are asking, are we working or not? So I think almost 99% of us are working in good corporates, which you guys are aspiring for. And so yes, where we are working and what we are doing, you will definitely connect with us on a personal level when you actually enroll in the course and we start interacting on a daily basis. So today's session, basically, we planned only to give you a gist of what we actually went through from our lives also. What we actually went through when we were in the similar uh, shoes as you are right now. So to give a brief intro about myself, I almost had calls from all the IMs, CK, uh, all the new IMs, Shillong, MDI, and Narsi Monji, JBMS, FMS Delhi, etc. Almost all the colleges, but I could convert only MDI Gurgaon, and the very reason for not converting all of them was very bad preparation. So I got very relaxed post my entrance exams. I thought I could easily convert at least FMS. अगर I thought अरे छोड़ो C नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ, I'll at least convert FMS, and I could not convert any of those colleges. So this is one big takeaway which you guys should also take, that don't take the process very lightly, because despite having a very high percentile, the competition is very good now for all the B schools. So right now I graduated in 2017 from MDI Gurgaon, and since then I'm being working with the corporate around 4 years now, approx. It will be closing to 4 years in this new year. So that's what I wanted to tell. I graduated from marketing and operations background from MDI Gurgaon, and currently working in sales. So I was earlier in marketing, now I am working in sales. But yeah, that's most of it, which I wanted to share with you. You can ask me any questions in the comments or direct questions, or maybe we can pass on to any next mentor.
Sure. Yeah. Anyone else? Arjun, Vishwas, or maybe Shalini? Make host. Yeah. Shalini, you're the host now. Maybe you wanted to present something, so you can do it now.
Okay, thank you, Shubham.
Yeah,
I'll just share my screen. Just give me a minute, please.
sure. Yeah, Shalini, it's visible.
Is it in slideshow mode? Can you
No.
see it?
It is not in the slideshow mode. It is in the PPT mode.
Okay. 1 second. Now is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thank you. So introductions first. My name is Shalini. I'm a political science honors graduate from Lady Shri Ram College, University of Delhi. And currently I'm doing my PhD. I'm a research scholar with one of the government institutions. So the mentor profile that you have seen, it should not be PhD there. I'm a research scholar. I'm doing my PhD. And my research area is conflict and security studies in the context of international relations. And I think I'm the odd one out here because I have no association whatsoever with any B school. Yeah. So I'll focus on two questions specifically. First is myth of vacuum, how to operate in a socio-political context without being labeled. So to clarify that, no business, institution, or individual functions in a vacuum. For example, corporations like Nike are sometimes blatantly political, and European Union's trade negotiation with India are affected by human rights issue. So you can see for yourself how it works. And there's a reason why questions on general awareness are asked. Our context affects us, and we need to come across as a decently informed candidate while giving our personal interviews. So even for a successful business negotiation, you have to be a very smart conversationalist. And a smart conversationalist would never display his or her political leanings in a professional space, unless you are in the business of politics. So that is one point. We come to the second question now, that is myth of self, or how to display the correct version of self. Now, these labels are in quote, these terms are in quote because they may be controversial. You may have some disagreements with them, but let's continue nonetheless. So, second question talks about the different types of personalities that we have and the most common denominators that we use to define ourselves, like introvert or extrovert. So I would suggest not to box yourself, rather know yourself. And with these questions, I would start my presentation here. I'd had the pleasure of reading some of your answers on the WhatsApp GDPI group, and I have compiled some pointers and from those answers here. So the GDPI test, as you know, your group discussion, your personality interviews, it takes into consideration your verbal and non-verbal behavioral cues. The way you sit, the way you speak, your hand gestures, your eye rolls, everything is taken into consideration. And in fact, there's a data sheet that needs to be filled to deduce your personality type and your suitability for the said organization or institution. And so technically you are like an incognizant rat in a laboratory experiment in controlled conditions. You just have few minutes to verify the experimenter's perceptions. So based on your answers, these points can be analyzed. First is the words we speak and the words we write. Try to use formal language. And if you're addressing a personality or a person of authority, use their titles. Like, don't go for Modi or Trump. Say Prime Minister of India Modi or US President Trump. It creates an impression and shows the maturity level of yours. Moreover, we need to be careful of the millennial lingos that we use and the social media languages that we use. Second is how to own the borrowed information. So all the information that we get is directly from Google. It is not difficult, it is just a matter of seconds. But how we use it is completely dependent on our ingenuity. And we need to become a sophisticated user of data. Next is, do we need to have balanced or diplomatic opinion? Now, this was one query that came up again and again in your discussions. So I would suggest try to be balanced because it includes positive and negative points. It includes critical analysis of the situation and then a balanced conclusion. Diplomatic opinions mostly involves manipulation to serve our own self-interest, and that can safely be avoided. Next is, should we go for awareness or activism? Now, activism is a social media personality that we all have. It will serve our purpose in that context, but not for the goal that you are vying for, not for the personal interviews, I must say. So try to be aware because that is expected of you. Next is optimism or blind faith. Blind faith is like adamant position that we hold, and we do not see anything wrong with the present situation. Whereas optimism seeks to instill hope about the future, no matter how dismal the present situation is. So your answers should reflect optimism and hope for a better future. And that will also display your problem-solving side of the personality. Next is, should you be bearish or bullish? And bullish also. So the other day you were discussing your investment in stock markets, and you were discussing different bearish, different types of personality that are displayed there. It's a technical economic terms also. But here I would suggest choose for yourself what position you are most comfortable with and what you can defend. Next is one of the most important questions, I think, for the purpose of GDPI and outside also, to be or not to be an intellectual, to put a Shakespearean-like tone to it. So intellectual may not seem to be a very suitable term to use here, but I'm using it anyway. Sometimes we criticize or appreciate the entity, say the government, just to secure a subscription to a particular group. But if faced with counter questions, you may not be able to defend your position well. So instead of vying to be an intellectual, I would suggest be a learner. That characterizes growth and willingness. Now, we can go for a little experiment. I'm going to ask you a question, and I expect you to answer that in less than 2 seconds. Keep your keyboards and keypads ready. Oopsie. Okay, so the question is, one name that comes to your mind when I say the President of India. You can post your answers quickly.
Someone is saying Modi. That's so creative.
Okay, so how many people have answered Ramnath Kovind?
I think majority of them have answered Ramnath Kovind.
Majority of them, yeah. So majority of them have answered Ramnath Kovind. But okay, so my experiment actually fell flat here. I was expecting that they would answer Kalam.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. So I'll start my screen share again.
It is
So I
not.
was hoping you would answer Kalam. And the reason being that he is a very respectable and a very non-political or apolitical personality when it comes to the people who have held the office of president. So Ramnath Kovind also, I think, falls in the same category, although he did not receive that much of support. So this was the question that I asked to convey a point about personality interviews. The point being that if you're facing a difficult question that has a political color to them in the personal interviews or your group discussion, try to think how would a respectable figure like Dr. Kalam would answer that point. And you would have a balanced answer to the situation or to the question. And now this is one experiment that I usually do. So this was it. Moving on to some superficial analysis of the tennis players here. Federer, like, he seems like a charmer. He's funny, he's witty, he's effortless, and some would say he's a class apart. And that is so evident from his games. So, and this is the famous between the legs shot that he's playing right now. He's not even looking at the opponent, but he played it so well and he scored a point here. When we look at Nadal, he seems very sincere, very focused. And it's different for people who like, it's difficult for people who like Federer to like Nadal at the same time. Then we speak about Djokovic. He's very competitive. Then we speak about Del Potro. He's in a totally different league, especially in terms of the grit and resilience that he displays, especially in the last Olympic Games. So the clue is, we are all different. Moral of the story here is that you are who you are and you're different from others. So know the difference and capitalize on it. If you're a person who can dominate the discussion and leave an impression, good for you. If you do not fall into that category, then listen carefully, formulate a point calmly, and deliver it, and it will have the same impact. To come back to the GDPR discussions that we have on WhatsApp groups, your answers can be categorized into different categories, like some answer to display that what they know is more and better than what others have already answered. Others would go for substantiating the argument that has already been made. So the former category of people, you may or may not read or listen to the points that have been made because you are competing. The second category may listen and then form an informed opinion, or they selectively listen to people whom they want to, and that also falls short of a balanced opinion. So check if you're doing this. Have a balanced posture. Balance the positions that are there into a homogeneous whole. Know all the sides and then try to answer. And it is important in personal interviews because after a point, when you're prepared enough, you all will be watching, you all will be making similar points because our source of information remains the same. In personal interviews, however, how you say matters a lot more than what you say. So with that, I will end. Thank you for listening. Over to you, Shubham.
Sure. Yeah, thank you so much, Shalini. Yeah, Shalini, can you make me the host again? Yeah, thank you. And thank you for such a detailed insights. Yeah, I think what Shalini had observed, so guys, those who have already started with the GDPR prep with us, this was mostly for you, right? So she has been observing and she has been making this slide and she wanted to also communicate this. So this message was for most of you people about the sort of discussions that we've been having for the last 15, 20 days. So yeah, that was Shalini Chaudhary. And next, anyone else? Divyam or maybe Arjun or Harimohan or Karan, Mayuk.
Shubham, Vishwas is here.
Okay,
So
okay.
Vishwas.
Hi. So yeah, Vishwas was my senior at IIM Calcutta. Vishwas, over to you.
Hey, so sorry, Shubham. I'm on a separate call right now.
No
So
problem.
can you just repeat?
Yeah. Maybe you can just introduce yourself and share your experience of GDPI with the students.
Okay, yeah. So hi, I'm Vishwas, and I am a pass out of 2017. I'm Calcutta batch, currently working with Paytm. So known Shubham for the 1 year that we were together in Calcutta, and I joined as a mentor last year, and the experience was pretty good, pretty great. Got to conduct host of interviews, and all the interviews that I conducted, I would say that I also learned a lot of new things. So it's not just give, it's a give and take thing. But having said that, the students were quite receptive to the feedback, and they were quite motivated on joining prep zone. And definitely the engagement levels and the conversations that we saw last year were very, very good. In fact, few of the students from last year have joined as mentor this year. So that's a testament to the interaction levels that we have and the bond that we have with the students. So yeah, looking forward to interacting with a lot of you people this year as well.
Great. Thanks, Vishwas. Others?
Yeah, Shubham, I can go.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Hi everyone. So this is Divyam, and currently in my first year at IIM Calcutta. So I was the mentee last year in the GDPI course, and as Vishwas was saying, I joined this year as a mentor. So one of the most interesting thing about MBA interviews I realized was they can ask anything and everything under the sun. So irrespective of the knowledge that you have, it is very important to have a thorough knowledge about yourself. And when I say that, I mean you need to do a strength and weakness analysis of yours, and you have to ensure that the actual interview goes towards your strength areas. And as an example, I would like to quote my IMK interview. So that was not going really well, but I had read some book on Tibetan history, and I love to read about politics and history. I mentioned that, and the interview gradually moved towards India's geography and India's neighbors, which was sort of my strong suit. So the mock test actually help you analyze yourself, and that's like very important. Another thing I would like to mention is you should not be complacent, because I couldn't get in IIM Calcutta last year when I had a 99.78 percentile. I was waitlisted by C. So it's very important that you be prepared and be very confident on your actual D-Day, and that would play a very significant role in your conversion. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you all about. And lastly, I would really want all of you to do the best and convert all of your best calls.
So, yeah, thanks, Divyam. So guys, just one point which I wanted to clarify. While we have the last year students who are with us, who have currently joined us as a mentor, so these mentors are going to be your supporting mentors, because you would also need the guidance of the students who have just cracked the interviews. So you will not just have these mentors as the primary mentor, while you will have one primary mentor who will be like, sort of a full-time mentor to you, and you would have a secondary mentor as well, who would be some like current students of different B schools who were with us last year, who have been through this process and who have actually converted the calls, so that you can actually have the real-time experience of both the experienced mentors as well as the recently graduated students. So that is the entire idea. Yeah, so anyone else wants to share their experiences, or maybe we can move ahead? Sure, thanks. So I think I'll move on then. Yeah, so now the next thing is about the different variants that we currently have in the GDPI. So we have basic, intermediate, and advanced program. So far, no one has really opted for basic, because just to give you a comparison, basic can only give you either 3 interviews or 3 VATs or 3 GDs. You have an option to choose either 3 interviews or 3 VATs or 3 GDs. It does not have any mentorship. It does not have any guidance. It does not have any current affairs or maybe anything else. It only has mock interviews. That is it. Then we have one intermediate program, and then we have advanced. Advanced is what we highly recommend for everyone. And these are the prices. You can see these are the things included. Number of PIs, number of VATs, number of GDs will be almost double in the advanced program. And in my experience, I think you would need at least six plus PIs or 6 plus VATs for your preparation. Even last year students had 7 interviews. This year we have increased it to 8. And the next difference is when we are going to give you a VAT topic to write on, we will only share our write-up with the students who are enrolled with the GDPI Advanced, which is this point. The mentor's write-up on the VAT topic will only be shared with the advanced students. For the intermediate, we will only be evaluating and giving you the feedback. We will not be sharing our write-up with the GDPI intermediate student. And second difference is SOP or the form reviews. So this is only included in the GDPI Advanced package. And I think the rest you can just have a look at this comparison slide. It very clearly tells you what is included in which module. Advanced is where most of the students have currently enrolled in. And last column is for the upgradation fee. So upgradation fee basically means if you have joined intermediate today, and if say after a month you feel the need of joining advanced, what you would have to do is you would have to pay the delta amount of 2,500 plus there will be one upgradation fees of rupees 500 that is applicable if you are actually going to upgrade. So it is not just the difference, it is actually going to be 500 rupees extra for your upgradation cost. So yeah, this was the GDPI course variants. If you have any question, feel free to comment. I will take all the questions just after this presentation. Now, before you sign up with us, we have some very real and very practical expectations from you. So only if you can meet these expectations, join us. Else, I think you should not waste your and maybe our time and your precious money. So one thing that we can assure is that after this completion of the entire course, you would not just be prepared for your B school, but you would be a totally evolved personality who can actually debate. So if you are an introvert person and if you're going to actually do whatever things we ask you to do, if you follow us very religiously, you would be a person who can actually debate, argue on any random topic with your family and with your friends and with your colleague. So this is actually going to evolve your personality as a person, which is going to help you in the long term, not just in an MBA, but even during your work experience. But this is what we can assure you, but what this assurance is based on this expectation. So first thing is deadlines will be very much sacrosanct. When we say that, we really mean it. If we give you a VAT which has a deadline by tomorrow 23:59:59, then even if you're submitting us your write-up by say next day morning 8 a.m., we are not going to evaluate that. The deadlines will be very sacrosanct. You have to be very disciplined. All the deadlines that we are going to give you will be very punctual with that. And so we expect that you are also very much hardworking and disciplined and you follow the deadlines. So punctuality is the key. You have to be really sincere and you have to be dedicated. Whatever assignments are given to you, you have to submit them on time. You have to be really active in the discussions. Because if you miss it, then again, we cannot come to this assurance if you're missing on these 3 important points. So yeah, that was it about the expectations that we have from you and enrollment process. You have this InstaMojo link. I've shared this on WhatsApp group, on Facebook group, or maybe you can ping me on this number, or maybe so this is also my number, or you can get in touch with me, Prashant sir, or maybe anyone else for the course. And this is just some of the last year feedback. Yeah. So with this, I think that was pretty much from my side. You can have a look. So I think Sarthak Sharma, he was a CA. He has currently joined IIM Kozhikode. This is Anu Bansal, IIM Ahmedabad, Karna Parekh, ISB. Then we have Shubham Inge, IIM Calcutta, Muaz Haider. He converted all the 3 colleges, IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta. And you can see the detailed experience of them. It is also available on Facebook. You can have a look. You can reach out to any of them before getting yourself convinced about this course. And yeah, that is pretty much. Now, if you have any question about anything about the course, beyond the course, about the GDPI, or maybe any other sort of help that you need, feel free to comment. I'll just take all the questions now. Yes. Are there any percentile call based discounts? No, Akash. This is the discounted fees. The fees will increase in next 3 days. Uh, so yes, just to maybe quote you, we have a student who had 99.99 percentile this year and he had joined at the same price. So when are the courses starting from? The course is officially starting from 12th January, which means we will give you the GDs and the PIs and the VATs from January 2012. But having said that, we have already started with the current affairs. So we have started with the daily discussions and that is going to again start and resume from tomorrow. How many couldn't convert last year? Mayank, I'm sure you can calculate, you can cross calculate. We have said 90% plus converted at least one B school. You can cross calculate the non-conversion ratio. Is this a nominal fees? Yes, I think you can cross check. You can do all the competitive research. We have done ours. You can check what all things are included at what all places, and then you can make a wise choice. Yeah, any other question? I may not be able to scroll all the questions, but yes, if there is anything in particular, you can comment it again. I will take it up now. Or maybe you can just unmute yourself and you can speak up. I'll be happy to hear and answer. I think. Yes, so 520% conversion basically means these are the total number of converts. So a conversion rate is a matrix, which basically means if you have 5 calls, 5 converts, it is 1:5. So that is the conversion rate. That out of 100 students, these many were the converts. Yes, yes, Mayank, that is accumulative. However, if you have to ask about the unique number of students, that was, I think, 93 or 94 who converted at least one B school. Sure. Timings of discussion or classes on Zoom. Sandeep, most of these discussions will be happening in the night hours. If you miss anything, you will have access to all of it. You will be added to a Facebook group. Every communication about the discussion or maybe any class or any session will be delivered to you in advance. We'll tell you that, okay, you have a class after 3 days at this time. So you will be well prepared for it. And even if you miss it, you will have a recording session of it. I don't think so, Tanmay. I'm sure because see, after the IFT, if you're going to wait till then, you may be late. And I think you can at least spare 2 to 3 hours daily. And yeah, that is pretty much, you will at least get some content to get started with. Do we get daily targets? Yeah, you will have daily events and daily topics which you have to cover. This will be given to you as and when we start. Yeah, so there is no end time of this course, Falak. We will be there till your last interview. So I think last year the interviews got delayed and we were there conducting events, taking interviews till June. So the course started in December and it lasted till June because I remember June was the time when we had the last interview of some of the B schools. So there is no end time of the course. The course will last as long as you have the interviews. So till the entire batch is done with the interviews, will be there. Yeah. Any more questions? Anyone? Sure. I think, will there be a support for PGDBA? I think I heard they are a bit different. So Sadan, the PGDBA exam, of course, this is only the interview and the GDBI prep. That will not be here, but the maths rapid fire sessions and everything that we cover, that does include questions on limits, differentiation, integration. So yeah, that would suffice for the PGDBA interview. Shubham, mentors will be assigned as soon as the B school calls are out. I think we have asked all the enrolled students to fill up a registration form. We will be working on the mapping and the mentors will be allotted shortly as and when the B school calls are out. B school interviews can be held online. It can be held offline as well. Nothing is communicated. You will only get a formal confirmation once you have a call letter in your hand. Yes, interview timings will be flexible, Tanmay. We will share our slots on a daily basis with you, that okay, these are the 3 to 5 to 10 slots available with different mentors. You can choose any slot that suits you. Himanshu, base school calls, I think they'll start coming in a day or two. At least ABC will start calling you in 2 to 3 days, and the others will follow. Yeah. Okay. Yes, mock interviews will be B school specific, Ranjan or Heisenberg, if I have to quote. Basically, ABCL, matlab, what happens is SPGen has a different kind of interviews, IFT has a different kind of interviews, IMABCL has a different kind of interview. Indoors interviews mostly towards academics. So yes. Given a note, you will be able to also recommend that we should start right now. We can call it. So Kanika, to answer to this depends on you. If you're confident that you're at least going to fetch some amount of calls, then I would request you to prepare from now. And if you think you don't have any calls in your hand, you may or may not be having any call this year, then yes, you may wait. But one thing is, after all the, you also have interview dates coming up by late January and all, but you may have some of the interviews starting from February onwards. So that is the risk that you will have to take. Decide basis your profile. Yeah, Kapil. So you have IFT exam, and that is okay. And I'm sure you will have enough time to at least prepare for IFT. While the initial time of the course will not demand much of a time from you, it will just require 2 to 3 hours on a daily basis. And I think once IFT is done, we will have more number of activities starting, and which would require more amount of hours. And live sessions and everything, it would be starting post IFT only, so as to accommodate everyone. So Ranjan, I think there's a range for IIM Lucknow. It starts from February first week and it lasts till March or April. There's always a range, so it depends on you. Yes, Saliha. So don't worry about it. I think even now we have a student who is from commerce. We have a student, Kruti, who is from fashion background. We have a student from arts. So last year we had a student from agriculture domain as well. So yeah, do not worry about it. GDPI is not only focused on engineers, it is focused on all the aspect. Yeah, so Prashant, maybe you can take this question. How much time will we get for IFT interview after the exam?
So Shubham, till last year, what used to happen that IFT used to be conducted just after 1 week or 2 week after the CAT, and interviews used to start after like 45 days or 60 days. So we are seeing the same timeline this time also. So most probably they will be out, results will be out by 10th of Feb or 15th of Feb, and interviews may start after 30 days. So you will be having only 30 days or 45 days to appear for an interview. And for like Veer has asked about IIM Lucknow interviews. So one of our mentee last year had an interview on 1st of Feb also. So this was the window last year. So from 1st of Feb till like 10th of April, because of lockdown and all, they got postponed. Otherwise, things get like wrapped up by 10th of April. Last year it was delayed, and they started from 1st of Feb.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions, or we can wind up? Okay. I'll just be here for maybe next 30-40 seconds. If you have anything else in your mind coming up, do not be shy about it. Just shoot it in the comment box. Also, you can reach out to us personally. Okay, I think there is a question. Can we enroll after having any call? It depends on you, Kapil. You can enroll now, you can wait for the calls to come, but because we have limited seats, last year we had to stop the enrollment after seats were full. So yeah, you have to take that call basis. What do you expect? When can we expect first mock PI to be conducted? Kishan, as soon as the B-School calls are out, you'll be assigned a mentor and we will get you started with the first mock interview. But having said that, I think we already had SPGen group interview yesterday. We even had a slot today, but we had to cancel it. So yes. Okay, I think that is pretty much. Sure. How many seats are left? I don't have exact count in my mind, Saket, but just to give you a rough number, 65 to 70% seats are filled. So yeah, around 30% is remaining. Okay, that's all. All the best, guys, and all the best for your IFT and SNAP and maybe NMAT retake. And hopefully you get enough calls and I'll see you in the sessions. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending. Feel free to ask any question if you have. You can ping us personally.